In today's video, we're going to see if we can add a fun hydro-dipped twist to some classic Nintendo gaming devices. Classic Nintendo gaming right here.
This was my childhood.
We've got an original Nintendo Game Boy. This is the kind that came out in 1989.
That Game Boy is exactly as old as I am.
We've got the Game Boy Color, which is like a fancier version of the Nintendo Game Boy. Smaller, lightweight, has a color screen.
They introduced color in the screen. There you go.
And then we've got a controller for an N64, which in my opinion marks the beginning of truly great video games. That may have something to do with my age and when the N64 came out, but I still love N64, Mario Kart, and Smash Brothers. Yep. At least as much as the newer versions. At any rate, we've got these three things and we want to spice them up a little bit.
So, just to be clear, no games and no game devices will be harmed in the making of today's video. Fingers crossed, we really hope.
Assuming we're good with a screwdriver, then everything will go nicely. And we've done some hydro dipping in the past.
You have, actually. This is my first time with it and I'm really excited.
True. The kind we've done in the past involved just filling a basin with water, spraying the paint right into it, and you get really cool swirled marbled effects on that. And we are going to do that for two of them. We're going to do that with our Game Boy Color and our N64 controller. However, for the original Nintendo Game Boy, I wanted to try something else. What we've got here is some commercially made hydro dipping film that has like a wood grain print on it. And so the goal is to make it look like this Game Boy has a wood grain print to it.
Oh no, carved Game Boy.
Yes.
I love this.
So this should give us the look of like a nice burl wood.
Perfect.
It actually comes with a sort of light tan, almost peach color base coat. So to get started, the first thing is we have to dismantle all three of these carefully, trying to keep them from breaking, but get just the front plates separated. Here's the basic idea. We're gonna see if we can make our retro Game Boy even more retro, add some more color to our Game Boy Color, and take control of the look of our N64 controller. Nintendo has these sort of proprietary tri-wing screws. It's a screw with 3 points to it. Now, we didn't realize we needed that special screwdriver until we were getting ready to film this morning. And they're kind of hard to buy. You can get them online, but there's not a lot of physical stores that sell them, at least not near us. So I went and I just took this piece of steel and a bunch of files and I created my own tri-wing screwdriver. Like half an hour. We're now going to start trying to take these apart, keep all the parts unbroken and assembled together so we can start doing the prep paint work on them.
Fingers crossed.
Aw, yeah. We've got almost everything set up and ready to go for primer. One last thing we just want to do is hit it with Scotch-Brite a little bit. They actually have a good bit of tiny micro texture on them already, so it's probably not necessary in this case, but just to make sure everything bonds really well, we're going to do it.
So we're gonna go ahead and do just a real quick dust coat of our primer, then we'll go back over and we'll hit it with a thicker coat. My favorite part is that we're putting a primer gray on our gray controller, but it'll help.
Most of our primer is dry and ready to go, so I'm now going to put the base coat on all the things that I'm going to be hydro dipping with the hydro dipping film. That's the wood grain, wood print stuff, so all of the stuff for the classic Game Boy. We're just going to leave the normal primer for all the stuff that we're going to be dipping into the spray paint bath. The Game Boy Color is ready for its color, and we decided we're gonna go with the colors of Mario. It was a great thing to be able to play a Mario game in color on this Game Boy, so we've got the red, the blue, and this almond colored for his skin tone. We're just gonna make a nice swirly
mess.
Tie-dye pattern out of that.
It's gonna be great.
You haven't done this before.
Yes.
But do you know how we do it?
I don't.
So basically we just spray into the water, alternating patterns. When you spray in, it's gonna start spreading out in a circle. Then you spray more again in the middle, and it's just gonna like push whatever's outside it out more and more. And so we're just basically growing concentric circles out, and about the time it gets near the edges, we can say that's good, or if we keep doing more, then we end up with like thinner lines and more marbling.
Cool, I like it. I've got some green.
Let's do the back of this one. We can try and fix the blue problem. I'm gonna try and get it over here where it has more blue.
Go for it. And it does, it just perfectly adheres to that, doesn't it? Curls right around it. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
Now this is actually, we sort of borrowed your friend's Game Boy for this today.
Yes.
Is she gonna be happy with that?
I hope so.
I think so. All right, so you kind of go in and decide, and it does just form directly to it. That is beautiful. And then you just break it off from everything else.
And that's just so I can take it up without it sticking any more to it.
Yeah. Holy cow, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
So our classic Game Boy is going to be done with our commercially available wood print. So the next one I believe we're doing is going to be my controller for the N64.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So when I sent Nate to the store, he went and picked up some colors for me, and I demanded Triforce Gold and Korkiri Tunic Green. I'm gonna go, save Hyrule with these. So. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. All right, should we go for it, do you think? Or I'm wondering if we don't have enough green. Did I just not put enough?
Spray a couple lines across.
That'll actually, I want that. I want that. I'm going for that.
For it now.
I got it, I got it. Moment of truth. I'm so happy right now. So I absolutely went too fast on the bottom here, you can see, but that turned out beautifully.
Pretty nice. All right, here's both sides of the Game Boy. This is the before shot. We're about to put our film in the water and get it prepped for dipping these in. Here's how the film works. We're gonna put it into the water. It's hot water. The tape is on there to sort of help it keep its shape so it doesn't wrinkle up against itself. We're gonna start the stopwatch, let it run for 60 seconds. That hot water is gonna sort of start dissolving the plastic film that's holding all of our print together. After those 60 seconds, we're going to spray it with this activator just to pass one direction, then the other direction. We let that sit for another few seconds, and at that point, we're ready to dip our part in. I'm going to try to put one part on one side and hope that the rest of it stays intact enough that I can do the other side, but if doing the front messes it up too badly, then I'll just cut a new piece of film for the back of it. Start in the very corner, going down at an angle pretty slow.
That looks like it took beautifully. I'm gonna go ahead and try and dip this piece in too.
Go. Yeah.
We've still got some right here.
Yep. Might be a little more stretched out, but
I'm gonna go right here and then
move it.
move it.
Try that corner if you really want. It's the most concentrated.
I will try, and then I will attempt to move it. I took to the sides at least. That's very hot water.
Yeah, but look at it.
Holy! We made a wooden Game Boy.
That looks so good.
Oh no, I love it.
We're now ready to put a clear gloss protective coat over everything that we've dipped, and that should just harden into something that lets us actually hold and interact with it. It does take a while before this is completely cured, and I mean completely cured. That can actually take up to 2 weeks,
wow.
But we should be able to handle it gently within an hour or so. We have successfully hydro-dipped all 3 of our devices. Kalle is lost playing Pokemon on the Game Boy Color now.
City right now, guys.
I am so happy with how this wood Game Boy has turned out here. This is just delightful. Look at that. Looks like it was carved right out of a block of maple burl or something. I'm not sure what burl exactly this is supposed to be.
But my goodness, does that look phenomenal.
You can see we could also use a little bit more practice. I dipped this front one and I still missed some little spits on the sides here, and it was really stretched out. So that's why the color isn't very vibrant right here on the side. That's more of just, I need practice of how I put it in and maybe move it once it's in the film. But the front turned out
perfect,
just how I wanted it. That looks so cool. All right, how's our Mario colored Game Boy? The almond color that we got that was supposed to be sort of like Mario's skin ended up turning out pretty pale. So
we have a red, white, and blue.
Yeah, this is more of a patriotic Game Boy color than it is a Mario themed Game Boy color. But you know what? America's great. America and what, the 23 other countries that have red, white, and blue as their primary flag colors. It's very common.
It is the most common flag color combination in the world, if I remember correctly. So we're patriotic in many countries. But also now I'm just gonna go ahead and put, now this is, I brought my own game today, just to make sure this works. Guys, this is my childhood game.
Oh, this worked really well. And look at this N64 controller. This is beautiful. Zelda colors.
Oh, I'm so happy,
Green
guys.
and gold, all gold on the back.
We have never had such a good, like, final coat when we've used a metallic before. This is amazing.
Yeah, the top coat that came with this kit, I am quite impressed with it.
Yeah, no, I'm thrilled. But you know what this means, right? It's time to battle.
Let's do it. Timer stock.
Time.
3, 2, 1, go!
The yellow buttons are only jump.
Get back.
All of them
I
make
don't
you
remember
jump.
how to do this. Guys, I haven't played this particular game in like 10 years. I can't remember how to. That's a jump. Oh no. I don't want
Sword
you to have. No!
Hey guys, go check out our most recent video. Click up there at the top. You can watch that. It's a good one. And we'll see you in the next one. Talk to them. Oh, you were going down. You are going down.